Hey, what's up traders, the FX Hunter here, and in this video I want to show you everything about my Mars EA, which is finally released to the public. So we will look to the installation, trading logic, how to set it up, and how to basically operate with the EA so it's running perfectly for your needs and as per your risk appetite. So I will go through my Discord because there is everything described. So I want to try to keep this video as short as possible, so I will not be reading everything because you can join the Discord and you can read it, but I will just highlight the most important things. So basically it's a commodity EA which tradings mainly the pairs Aussie, NZD, NZD CAT and OutCat. Why these pairs? I will say right now exactly. And it's because these three pairs are basically correlating together. So as you can see on this chart, which is not that long term, but it's not different if you look even on the 10 years chart, right? So we can see basically that these pairs are always going in same direction. There is a moment when, for example, here we can see Aussie, when the Aussie go a little bit faster than the CAT, right? So what that means? That means that if the Aussie is dropping faster than CAT, that means that Aussie CAT pair will be probably dropping, right? But as you can see later, the Aussie makes bigger pullback, so they recover, right? It is of course bigger time frame, but the price is always fractal, so same patterns are repeating on the lower time frame. That's why these three pairs, because they are correlating, they have low volatility, and they mostly tends to trade trend together, right? So that's why these three pairs are good for the trading with this system. What is the trading logic? Before we go, so we go here to the strategy. Here in this section strategy, that is all explained, and again I will not be reading everything in this video. You can go through that by yourself, but I will basically try to explain the basic retail trading logic and why it's trading against the retail. So what we got here, I have drawn some market structure, right? Of course on the lower time frame there will be much more fractals and much more movements, right? But just to explain how the retail traders are mostly trading is that we got some level, some consolidation, right? And if the price breaks out, the traders entering long, right? So that's most in every stupid trading book, they teaching the breakout. And here I won't say that, I don't want to say that breakout doesn't work. If it's put in the right context, it can work, but this video is not about it. So we have the first group of the breakout traders entering. So where they put mostly stop loss is below the swing low, right? Below the swing low. That's where the stop losses are, and it's already creating some small stop loss clusters. So what we got then? Then we got the pullback of that consolidation, and another traders are entering, right? So those who mostly are able to catch this, and they can use small stop loss, they can get out here with already good profit. But the problem is that not everyone enters like this, and the people are very greedy and they always trying to catch a big move, right? So after these pullback traders in here enter, another stop loss will appear below swing low and maybe below this swing low, right? And here once we have an old high break, another trade is entering because it's of course going up, so they have to enter. They don't want to miss this trade. So these traders, they put stop losses again below here, right? So we have like 1, 2, 3 inducements for the long, and the price is going up, right? Then we got the trend line and all these things. So in here will be a liquidity, right? So what the EA is doing is basically monitoring these setups, these traders, and it's trying to trade against them, right? On these pairs which are low volatile and mostly do these pullbacks. So basically it's trying to trade against this retail trading logic, right? And you probably know this moment when you try to enter this and then the price drops down, it's clear all of this, and then it continue higher, right? Even if you write. So this is what the EA is trying to do, and it's using a multiple positions on the multiple levels, which is possible to set up. So here we can see, for example, in the platform, as we have one breakout, we have the breakout here, right? So we have the breakout, then the EA starts to enter, right? Then of course these targets was not hit because they've been adjusted later, right? So then we got another break, so another traders are entering quite on the top as well. The EA is monitoring ATR, which is like average true range. So this has to be in, let's say, I don't like to use this term, but in the terms of the measuring this in the overbought, right? So those who entering the top, and you know it, many times it happens, those will be putting the stop losses below this swing lows, right? So here we have another break up, and again the EA is adding more trades and it's targeting the liquidity below these levels, right? So this is how it's operating. And what as well we can set up in the EA, I will show you this logic. Here I have actually prepared the bigger one. So what we got in here is that we got basically the market structure, and once the price is going higher, we got the liquidity level above this high, then above this high. Here is daily ATR highs, and then we got the liquidity level 3, 4, 5, right? So we can actually set up in our EA, so everyone can have different setup where your EA will start to enter, right? So I've been performing a lot of backtests with the level 2, level 3, level 4, and trying to optimize that, you know, and I'm basically getting the best results with the level 3. So I will show you this in the settings in the minute. So this is it, and as well, of course, the EA has a capital guard protection, so it basically will protect you before any black swan. And I personally have set the 60%. It will not occur every time, and probably not often, but you know, you never know. And we must have capital protection, and as well we have the secure margin drawdown protection, which is actually very important thing. So what actually happening with this is that, for example, as I said, we're trading 3 pairs. So if one pair exceeds this drawdown, this system will protect, for example, let's say Aussie and ZD is minus 15%. It just reached once and up to the 15%. The EA will not be opening any other trades on the other 2 pairs, which is Aussie CAD and NZD CAD. These 2 will be out for the trading until the drawdown drops back to the 5% again, right? So this will protect that you basically will not get all 3 pairs in the same moment exposure to the markets, right? So right now let's look to some back tests in here, what I have performed, and it's basically 10 years back test on the 99% data, and I've been performing all of these 3. So this is the most optimized, I mean not optimized, I was not trying to optimize the E8 for the best results. That's what I don't like to do, but this is basically the selection of the best back tests, right? Or I mean of the best optimal settings. So here if you go to the back tests, you can basically scroll up and you can see I have performed many back tests. Some of them have better results, some of them slightly worse, but mostly we've been getting these quite optimal results. So I have actually selected the best ones in here, and now I want to show you. So this I have used the liquidity level entry 3 on all of them, as I showed you on this picture. you know, so I like to use the level 3. If you set up a level 2, you will be entering too early and you can get much more trades. Of course, if you do your own backtests, I don't say that it's stupid, but it's slightly risky. You will have more trades but less accurate, right? So I like to use the level 3. Level 4, I perform some backtests, but it's very small. I mean, not very small. On the other pairs, it gets more trades, but I don't recommend it. Basically, level 3 is the best thing, and if you want to do the changes, it's up to you, right? So level 3, and then I was as well operating with the ratio 2.5, which is in this first part of the tests, and the ratio 3, which is in the second part of the tests, right? So what is this ratio actually doing? I will bring this chart again, and I will show you in here. So basically, if I am entering here on the level 3 and the price is going slightly against me, the EA is opening multiple positions, but it has a smart grid, right? So basically it's not opening like a crazy like this, but if, for example, the trend is too strong, it will stop opening and then it waits, and once that it start to get some breakouts, it will start to add more trades, right? But what I want to say with this ratio, which I was speaking about in here, with this ratio 3, you will basically will be more aggressive in your positions. So with ratio 2.5, I think it's okay, but with ratio 3, you will basically have these positions which going higher will be slightly bigger and bigger, and then you need a small pullback, you know, but still, in my opinion, the most accurate is using this, what I have set in the default settings, but I wanted to show you in here, and I will show you later as well. So then what we got is a auto lot. So we can use fixed lots or the auto lots, and it's for the calculation. So for example, 1000, it means that every 0.01 will be used as for the 1000 dollars, right? This does not mean that if your account is 1000, you cannot use 3000. That's just a calculation, right? I will show you in the settings. So what we got in here, so I have performed Aussie NZD, Aussie CAD, NZD CAD, right? And here we have the most optimal settings, right? So as per the volatility, we can see that with the liquidity entry free, 500 settings, 3000 deposits, we have made 622% profit in 10 years and 26% drawdown, right? Plus we can add into it Aussie CAT, which has made another 422%, right? And here is 32% drawdown, and NZD CAT 400% with 23% drawdown. So these free drawdowns is a maximum drawdowns that happens in this 10 years backtest, right? This does not mean that you put the EA to your chart and you will get this drawdown tomorrow, right? I will show you here as well in this. I got high risk, low risk, and the portfolio. This is a 3 accounts which I am running, and here is actually the high risk account which I am testing. So I have started with the 350, right? 350, and last month I have made 20%. But as I'm saying, this is a huge risk on this small account, but it has made, you know, $80. And if you look to the history, we can see trading just these 4 pairs, right? Quite most of it is in the profit, but my drawdown was just 0.8, right? Which is amazing. I had almost no drawdown. But as said, in 10 years history, there was a drawdown, right? So right now I don't have it. This is a 80,000 deposit. It was like a 3,000 deposit, then 15,000. You can see a live account, IC market, 4,000 profits, right? and you can see it's running from the June, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months, 28% profit, 2% drawdown, right? So you can see that even if in our backtest, in my backtest, we can see that I had this 26% drawdown. It was in this 10 years extremes, right? So this is not a drawdown which you're working, that's a extreme, but I still calculate that it can happen, right? I don't want to be like a stupid guy who put the EA here, and you can see, right, okay, 6 months, 30% profit, only 2% drawdown. Let's make my lot 5 times bigger, right? Of course, it would work, but how long? You know, November, December, and then maybe next year, boom, you know, I will get 40% drawdown, which was here like a extreme, and here, if I run like a, if I run a 5 times bigger loss than usual, I will wipe out the account, right? So don't do this. Don't just look to the short-term history that 5 months was 30% profit with the 2% drawdown. That's very nice, but you can see that in the 10 years history, the quite bigger drawdown can sometimes occur. So better calculate with the worst thing that can happen than thinking it's not gonna happen and I will focus on the profit. So what I'm actually trying to do here is to focus on the small drawdown while the profits are still quite very good. So this is a 10 years results, and if I calculate it, if I do this basically my math, and I divide it by 10 years, and as well I took the deviation 15% down, because we have the spreads, you know, we could have a swaps and everything, we still could be getting this per average per year, right? So that would be something like 95% per year profit with 32% drawdown as a extreme, right? So you can see here was a 20%, here was 26%, here was 19%. Mostly drawdowns doesn't come in the same time on these pairs, and especially as we have implemented this thing which is protecting us from the getting the drawdown on the same time, right? So we should be able to do 95% per year in average with the 32% maximum drawdown, right? So here with these settings which we got here, so if we run the Aussie NZD with the ratio 1500, then Aussie cat 2500, and NZD cat 2500, we could be getting 150% per year, 40% drawdown, right? And what you can actually do, you can mix it, right? So what you can do, you could pick up the Aussie NZD 1000, you know, Aussie cat 3000, and doing your own mixes, or you can simply run all of them with the same settings to put 3000s to all of them and run it from the one chart, you will be getting something like between that, right? Or what you can do as well, if you have 3000, if you can see that, for example, here on the Aussie NZD, you get 1500 which get 26%, and you get 2000 which get 19%. So if you basically set up something bit like 1800, your results will be something in between that, right? So I'm very sorry, and right now I'm going to show you the installation and the settings with this, what I have done here again. So I'm going to my VPS. You of course need to have a VPS. It's very good if you run it on the VPS, because if you run it on your computer, it would not work properly, because your computer can be turned off sometimes. So I basically have set here, you have link to the VPS. I can actually show you. So if you come here, this Choco Pink, they have quite good pricing, so you can basically get this for $15 the VPS, or even if you run just one account, you can get good VPS as well for just one account. So let's go for the installation. So what I'm gonna do right now is what you basically have to do, you need to, if you don't have your EI here, you need to go File, Open Data Folder, then when it's open you go MQL, and then you go Expert. So you basically copy and paste the EA here. So you can see we got it here, right? Then you close it, you click here on this, you click refresh, and your EAs will appear here. So what you're gonna do then is then you drag and drop the EA to your chart, right? So what you need to do, you need to check if you have allowed the trading, you know, inputs. About here is just information, you know, here I'm recommending just the pairs M15, right? So you need to have Aussie and ZD 15 minutes. Then you click OK, and boom, you can see. So now it's giving us information bronc license. So I did this on the purpose. So if you get this message, you have to contact me because I need to create your license for your own account number, right? So if you do the purchase, you will get basically the free licenses, as I can show you here. So for the you get free licenses for the 400 USD. That's your free licenses. You get them lifetime, and they will work on the free accounts which you provide. You can of course now use 35% discount until end of the October for the free live account for the 250. If you open in my partner brokers any account, you can get this discount, right? So here is my partner brokers, and that's it. So as well, if you got free licenses on your any broker and you want more, you want to use more account, then when you open the account with any my broker, I have no problem to give you any more licenses on these accounts, right? So let's go back to the platform. Right now I'm gonna put the correct license. So here it is, and that's it, right? So we have it on the Aussie and ZD. This is what comes in here in the basic settings. So what I'm going to do here right now, so here we can fill up the instruments. If I don't fill anything, this EA will trade from the Aussie and ZD, and it will trade just this one, right, with this setting. So what I can do next is I can set up long and shorts. I would recommend not touch it, but if you want to go just shorts, for example, if you want to trade with a trend, you can do that, but I don't recommend it. Or you can turn off the trading like this, you know. Next thing is a comment, so you can use my comment or you can put whatever you want here. Virtual take profit, in the default it's set to the false, so your take profits will be seen. I personally actually like to hide them because even some brokers are probably better than others, so they can be good, but in my opinion they are all motherfuckers. So I use the virtual take profit because I'm more happy that they don't see it. Risk calculation you can use from the balance or the equity. I personally recommend the equity for sure. Fixed lot. If you want to test the EA or you want to simply use the fixed slot like a 0.01, so you can fill up 0.01. In that case, you need to delete this auto lot, right? But I personally recommend to use auto lot, and here is what comes from our backtest. So what we can see here is what you can fill in here in the backtest. So basically, as we can see, now here is Aussie and ZD. And for example, we want to use this 1500. So here is the place where we will put this 1500, right? So with these settings, and here is a trade ratio. So we got trade ratio 2.5. Here is 2.5, right? We should be getting 622% in last 10 years with the 26% drawdown, right? And last thing which you can set up is a capital guard. I personally like to use 60%, 15% if any pair is in the drawdown, and 5% the money where I want to draw down to get back. And that's it. I'm gonna click OK, right? And the EA is right now on the chart. So then I'm going to set up NZD-CAD. So I'm going to open the chart, and again I'm going to drop the EA to the charts, right? And again, what I'm going to do, I'm basically not gonna change anything, only I will look here. If I want to maybe use the NZD-CAD with the 2,500 or maybe 3,000, so that's up to me, and I can set up here, so I can change 2,500, right? And I click OK, and the EA will be trading from the NZD-CAD, right? So that's what I can do, and then I will simply do I open the chart for the here for the Aussie CAD, and I will place the EA. And again, only thing which I'm gonna change is that I will simply look here, Aussie CAD, which one I like, 3,000, 26% drawdown, 2,500, 32% drawdown, or 3,500, just 25, right? So this is how it's the variable, and I can change it. Or what I could do here, I could actually go and I can change the ratio to the 3, and I can change my risk management in here, right? So as you can see, with the higher ratio you get bigger drawdowns, right? So it's up to everyone, but I personally, it's probably since I have a daughter, I'm a more conservative guy, so I prefer to use these, right? So, but if you want to change a ratio, you could do by changing 3 here, but always with the bigger ratio I recommend to use bigger money, right? So we could set 3,700, right? And that's it. Okay, and that's it. You need to get the smiley in here, and here you need to add this information. EA is monitoring, and then it's running, right? So right now we got the EAs running in here with 3 different settings. I see that I have set 37,000 in here, but I actually want just 3,700. So that's what I could do like this to set up each pair separately. But what I can do as well is this: I can close these 2 charts. I can have just 1 chart, and I can simply fill up, let's say, not let's say, out NZD, out CAD, NZD-CAD, right? And I can set them to the 3,000 because it's a nice level. I will change ratio to the 2.5, and you can see currently it's showing me here Aussie CAD. When I change this here, I click OK, and it's going to the portfolio, right? So now it's monitoring all 3 pairs from the 1 chart, and that's it, right? So yeah, so this is basically it. EA is very simple. It's performing quite well, as I showed you in my live account. So we have this high risk. Here is this one, or here is as well the account where I'm running the long term. But this is not just the Mars EA, right? So just to inform you that this is not only trading from this EA. I was trading on this account since 2019, and I was trading there manually. I was using the multiple EAs, multiple strategies which I was changing, and right now I'm running the Mars, but as well I do some scalping, and sometimes I'm intervening as well manually. So I don't want to confuse anyone that this is just a Mars EA, right? I have it here, but it's not only the EA. As well, what we can see here, for example, here Masters, I got some Aussie NZD trades. Here history, you can see it's going quite well, closing only profitable trades, right? So this is a test. testing on the cent. I don't like testing on the demo. And why I'm coming to this cent thing, because if you don't have really, I mean, if you have like a 500 for the trading, you can deposit to the RoboForex 500 and it will appear as a 58,000. Why is better? Because if you trade on the small account, it will simply for a long time use just a 0.01, right? But if, as you can see here, on this one, I've been basically starting with the 0.19, and as you can see, the profit is slowly growing. The EA is automatically rising the positions. So cent account give you basically the chance to cut the positions to the smaller one and grow your account faster, right? So yeah. This is basically it, and as said, anyone who opens the account with my partner brokers will get 35% discount right now, and multiple licenses for this EA. I think everything is clear. If not, simply join my Discord, open support ticket, and I will answer you all questions. We have as well the community where we all discussing all the things. And as well, I got some third-party EAs, some scalpers, and some other things which I can share with you as well. All right, my friends, this is it, and I wish you a happy end of the week. Bye-bye.